So in 2020, the Constitutional Court ruled that South Africa's current electoral system is unconstitutional and gave Parliament 2 years to make the necessary changes to the law. After much delay by both government and the National Assembly, Parliament has requested a 6-month extension to reform the Electoral Act. One South Africa movement is contemplating its options given the slow action from Parliament. Let's elaborate further. We're joined by One South Africa movement spokesperson, Mudzuli Rakhivhane. Thank you very much for availing yourself this morning. Why is this particular issue concerning, rather, for the party?
Thank you. Thank you for having me this morning. And I think it's quite interesting. If you look at the judgment, the court was very purposeful in giving Parliament 24 months to resolve this defect because the court had the 2024 election in mind. So when we speak about a delay, it's not a small delay or delay for just postponement's sake. We must keep in mind that delays that are unnecessary actually have a real threat to the 2024 national election.
With the 2024 election in mind, of what consequence will this request for an extension be to the party?
So they have requested an extra 6 months, which takes us into December. And in their affidavit, the Speaker in particular mentions timelines which the IEC has put in place to say if Parliament makes this kind of amendment, then this is how much time the IEC will need in order to get there. And they make a point to say that the latest that we can have the election is actually in August in 2024. So they're already thinking on the maximum deadline. But I think the greater point over here is to say that if they're going to apply for an extension and then there's still constitutional defects in the bill that they pass through, then that creates another issue to say, what time do other parties such as ourselves and other organizations have to then challenge the validity and the constitutionality of a bill that they're already taking so long to pass?
And you are mulling your options. What then is available to parties like yourselves?
So we are considering actually not intervening in the delay. That actually is really inconsequential to us. Our main priority as One South Africa is to make sure that the bill that is passed is the best bill, that it gives independent candidates a fair and equal opportunity, and that it's constitutional. So we will take close interest in what happens with the delay. But as soon as it's legally possible for us to then challenge the points of constitutionality that were raised before, we will then go back to the Constitutional Court and intervene as early as possible to make sure that the bill that's eventually passed, whether it's tomorrow or whether it's by the end of December, is a constitutional bill that we can actually proceed.
One South African movement spokesperson, Mudzuli Rakhivhane, thank you very much for availing yourself this morning.